Come lay down on your back on your mat. You're gonna put your feet in line with your hip joints. Feet are firmly pressing into the mat, and the ball probably stops right around the tips of your shoulder blades, beginning of your bra line. Hands come behind the head. We're just gonna start out with a little extension over the ball and then curling up over the ball. Now, if you want to and your shoulders aren't bothering you, take those elbows wide and feel those shoulders pull onto your back and away from your ears. If that's not working for you, elbows can go narrow, which is going to be my preference today. We're not worrying about flaring at the rib. It's just this extension up and over the ball. Make sure not to let your hair run underneath the ball. Then you get that nice head yank that nobody wants. 2 more, just this extension over the ball. Last one. When you find yourself in that slightly upright position, we're going to add in a little side bend. So we're just thinking that the elbow is going towards the hip on the same side, and then you're going to do the same thing the opposite direction. Not going very far, just finding a little opening on the side of my body from side to side. We got 2 more on each side. Just letting that ball support my upper back. Maybe you add a little bit more extension if that feels okay for your spine. And then you're gonna bring your head all the way up. And we're taking these nice little legs one at a time up into a tabletop. So first leg is up in tabletop. Hands are supporting my head, but I'm still thinking that the ribs are pulling down a little bit. And I'm trying to keep my pelvis from tipping as I extend this leg away from me and pull it back in. Now, ideally, my foot is staying about the same height. It can change. You can go for a point and a flex. 4, we're going to a 5th one, and then that leg goes long, and it's a single leg lift and lower. 1, reaching that leg long while still pulling the hip joint back. And my foot does not go all the way to the floor. Usually mine comes about halfway down the calf of the opposite leg. If externally rotating removes the click of your hip here, go for it. And after that 5th one, I'm gonna switch legs. So I'm bending the knee, putting it down, switching to the opposite side. Leg's gonna come up into that tabletop, and we're just going for this nice little press for 5, 4, again, toes can reach. 3, 2, and 1. Now the toe points, and I'm going to lift and lower this leg for 5. Still thinking a little squeeze in the opposite inner thigh so that I'm not letting my leg wobble out to the side. Leg comes up after that 5th one, bend the knee, foot goes back down. So now we're going to add in a little bit with the upper back. So I'm going to bring my leg, right leg up into tabletop, and I'm going to take a little extension as I reach out and curl forward as that knee comes in. If your pelvis tilts a little bit, that's okay. We're finding that deep pull of almost rib tip towards the opposite hip. We get to 5. And then I'm going to take this leg long and bring it down and try to lift myself up a little higher. And as the leg comes up towards the ceiling, maybe I find a flat back or a little bit more extension. 2 more. So finding a little lift as the leg goes down. Head comes back as the leg goes up. 3. Again, I'm pulling those shoulders down my back the whole time to the best of my ability. Got 1 more, and 5. One leg comes down, opposite leg goes up, same situation. I'm gonna reach and extend, come in and curl. 2. Again, the leg doesn't have to go low. We're trying not to feel this in the low back. 3, 4, and 5. Leg goes long. Good. Leg goes down, I round up. Leg goes up, I extend back for 5. 3, and back, 4, and back. Last one, 5, and back. Leg's gonna come down. I'm gonna find a little bit of my lift, and now I'm gonna try for a double leg lift and lower. So I'm thinking my pelvis is reasonably neutral. I've got that low back engaged, but more so I've got this front from like rib to hip, just aware of what's going on from my shoulders to my hips. Leg one comes up to the ceiling. You can always add a bend. Same thing for the other leg. Hands stay behind your head. Head tries to stay back versus rounded all the way forward, reaching through the legs to lower. Exhale, come up. 5 of these. 4, 3. Reaching through my legs while still trying to pull my hips into the socket. 2. It's that oppositional energy thing always going on just a little bit. And 1. Now, bend the knees. We're gonna go into a bicycle, and I'm taking my opposite knee towards shoulder. And then I'm going to switch. Now, as you can see, I'm using this ball to help me roll up, but I'm still trying to add that little bit of lift from underneath my rib cage. Last one. Legs come down. I'm going to take this ball out from underneath my back and roll over. So for me, I need to decrease the ball size a little bit to take my chest a little closer to the mat. This is one of those your mileage may vary sort of situations. So I'm going to come put the ball underneath my chest and lay myself down, legs long behind me. Hands are stacked. So I have one palm down, the other palm on top of it, and then my forehead comes to rest on top of my palms. Start out shrugging the shoulders towards and away from the ears. 3. Big over-exaggerated shrugs. 2. Same thing. 1. Now I'm going to try and find my longest spine here. My legs start to reach actively, toes pointed. Maybe you start to hover the thighs off the mat, maybe not. I'm just going to lift. The hand that's connected to my head stays connected to my head. The hand that's touching down on the mat stays there. So it's just a lift. 3, 2, thinking shoulders pull down the spine, and 1. Then you're going to come back up, and it's a side bend. Same rib, same elbow, same hip. Just those 3, and lay it back down. We're going to add one more thing here, a little twist to look back over your shoulder. So legs extend, ribs pull up, pubic bone pushes down into the mat, not because of too much butt squeeze, because there's this nice stomach muscle pushing you forward. So you get the lift, and it's a look back over the shoulder, come back to center. I am pushing down with my hand that's touching the mat to help me lift that little bit, and I'm going to lay it down. Switch which hand is against your forehead and which hand is down on the mat. Same thing on this side. It's that little lift for 3. So I push down with the mat hand, pull up with the hand connected to my head. 2. Last one, 3. Then I add that little side bend. So I lift, and elbow is kind of moving towards the hip on the same side, but I'm trying to maintain as much length through my spine as possible. 2 and 3. Set that head down before we go to look back over the shoulders. So the legs are reaching, head floats up, hand against the mat pushes down, and it's a twist. Now I have way less twist range on this side, but that's okay. 3. Lay it down. Deep breath here. And then we're going to try to float both hands up with the head and be reaching the legs out long behind. So legs are reaching. Big inhale. Full exhale. Head, neck, part of the chest lift. Beautiful. So now I'm going to side bend to one side And then side bend to the opposite side. I'm gonna twist to look over one shoulder. I'm gonna twist to look over the other shoulder, and then everything goes down. Switch the hand that's on top. Hands are against the head. Shoulders pull away from the ears, stomach pulls up and in, so do the ribs. Big inhale. Lifting. Gonna add a little side bend, side bend. And then it's a little twist to look back, and a little twist to look back, and lay it all the way back down on the mat. Roll over to be on your back. The ball is going to come between opposite knee and elbow. Other leg is going to reach long, foot is floating off the floor, my hands come behind my head. I'm going to pass the ball to the other side. Try to get as much lift as possible and then as much reach as possible when you're alternating. Two more. Last one. You might lose the ball, just like that. It's not the end of the world. Finished it. Arms come back down. Once you re-find and reinflate your ball, you're gonna place that ball in between your thighs, and your feet are gonna come so that you're able to squeeze on this ball, but kind of make a nice little diamond with your legs. Toes are touching the mat, head is all the way down. We're gonna try to lift this without changing much of how my spine or my pelvis are set for 5, 4, still trying to squeeze the ball, 3, 2, 1. Ball goes down, comes out from in between the thighs, and it's gonna move in between your ankles. So, hands to the ceiling, legs to the ceiling. Beautiful. So, both hands are gonna pull down, and we're gonna twist the ball in between the ankles so the left foot comes on top. We switch and right foot goes up. Switch in the center. Ball goes down, left leg. Ball comes up, right leg. Ball goes down, left leg. Ball comes up, right leg. Come back to the center. We're gonna try the opposite. So ball goes down, right leg. Ball comes up, left leg. Ball goes down, right leg. Ball comes up, left leg. Beautiful. Ball comes back into your hands. Both arms, both legs up to the ceiling. It's a single leg circle. The ball follows the leg that's moving, but both arms move the whole time. So we start with the right leg. Arms go down, leg goes down. Out to the side it's on, and back up. There's 1. There's 2. We're going to 5, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing other side. So leg and ball do the same thing. Other hand follows along. You can always go for hand weights for this, but not today for me. 4 and 5. Pass the ball back to the first hand. We're gonna go the opposite direction. So now the leg goes out to the side, so does the ball. It comes down, up and in. Whoops. We switch the ball back to the opposite hand, so both hands are moving. Now we're moving in the opposite direction with the single leg circle. So everything opens out to the side, down and up. Out to the side, down and up. 2 and 3. Same thing other side. So out to the side, down and up. Out to the side, down and up. Last one. Out to the side, down and up. Bend everything in. We're coming up to kneeling. Ball goes into one hand. We're adding a little mermaid, little side kick. So hands come out to the side. Ball side comes down to the mat. Other leg goes out long. Take a big reach with the opposite arm. Beautiful. Arm comes forward, leg swings back, and return. Arm forward, leg back, Return. Thinking we're in one straight line. We're going for 5, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Coming all the way back up. Pass the ball to the other hand. Out to the side. Same thing to the other side. So weight in the ball, shoulder blades pulling onto my back. And I'm going to bring that hand forward, my leg back, and they meet at my midline. 1, 2, 3. Try not to let my ribs splay forward. 4 and 5. Good. Coming all the way back up. Ball passes to the other side. Now we switch. So leg goes forward, arm goes back, hand is hopefully right underneath your shoulders. So switch. 5, 4. Keep pushing these hips forward. 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, passing the ball to the other side. Same thing. So arm forward, sorry, arm backward, leg forward. They pass for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come all the way back up. Ball comes back in your hands. We're coming down to seated, placing this ball a little lower than we did earlier, so it's behind your hips. The feet are planted, hip distance apart, and we're just going to start with some partial rollbacks. So the arms come out shoulder height, shoulders pull onto the back, and really think this initiates not because your shoulders go back, but because you're moving that low back into the ball to roll yourself part way back, and then come all the way up. We got 5. Partial roll back, 2. Trying to find this deep roundness, pulling myself back, pulling my ribs back, keeping that roundness against the ball, and then sitting all the way up. 4. Last one. 5. Now, from here, we're just going to turn the palms towards each other and lift and lower the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. They're going to open into a T for 5. Still thinking my head is trying to stay roughly in alignment with my shoulder blades. 2 and 1. Arms come back, and then I sit myself all the way back up so that I'm no longer leaning against that ball. Let's go ahead and add a nice little chest press here. So palms are towards each other, shoulders on the back. Tip yourself and roll that little way back. Hands are going to press for 5, 4, 3. You can always do this, 2, with hand weights, 1. Hands come out long. They're going overhead. So we're going to bend the elbows wide, and it's like an overhead press for 5, 4, 3, 2. Continuing to breathe, obviously, and 1. Arms come down, and you'll tip yourself all the way back up to seated. Hands are back at shoulder height. Tip yourself back. Last little one here. Small circles from the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Big circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other direction. 4, 3. Trying to let my shoulder blades slide on my back as much as possible. 1. Good. Tip yourself back part way. Hands can come to rest on the chest. You can reach them out long. You can always add hand weights. We're going to add a march with the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. Could you take your elbows down to the mat and move this ball a little bit so that you're able to support some of your back, but keep a pretty long spine. So shoulder blades pull onto the back. And now I'm just going to try lifting one leg and back down. Same thing, opposite leg. 2, still pulling shoulder blades onto my back, maybe leaning my head back a bit. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Hands are going to come back forward. Find that little upper curl. Let the arms reach out and up or at shoulder height. Both legs come to tabletop. Great. Start riding a bicycle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you have to go the opposite way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees pull in for a second, and then you put your feet down on the mat. Come lay down fully on your back. Ball goes underneath the hips. Last little selection here. So hips are high. And it's not just under your butt cheeks, it's underneath your actual pelvis. The arms are kind of glued down to the mat, and you bring both legs up into tabletop. Great. Single leg extension. Alternating legs for 5 each side. Trying not to tip off the ball. Trying to keep your hips pretty level. 4 and 4, 5, 5. Beautiful. Legs go up to the ceiling. Can they both lower some amount without anything changing in the spine? And back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're coming into your scissors. So let's find a little upper curl. Let's take one leg in. Hands are going to touch onto that shin and switch. 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 You can always have your head down. I'm trying to find hip extension, and both legs are reaching along the direction they're pointing. Last ones. Whew. And if you switch too fast, you might switch yourself all the way off the ball. Legs come into tabletop. We're just gonna go for a little tick-tock, side to side, getting a little twist, letting my hips roll a little. And then I'm gonna try for leg circles. So 5, 4, shoulders pull onto the back, 2, 1, and then you must go the opposite way. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Legs come in, hips come off the ball, and you are all done for today.